All right, good day again, everybody. Welcome back to another sizzle and smoke episode. Today we're gonna start with making paleo recipes, and in general, just recipes that are good for you. So the one thing about paleo or just general health is having good gut health. So your belly, it needs to be in better shape. And one way, a lot of people use yogurts and Greek yogurts for that. Fermentation is also another. So kimchi, sauerkrauts, a lot of that stuff is really good for you. So today we're going to make sauerkraut. Easy to do. It just takes some time. Once you get everything done up, put her away somewhere dark and warm and let her ferment. Let her do its thing. So I've got this kit a couple years ago off of Amazon. It's got basically everything you need except for the jar, which most Canadians have their own jars. So you need that, you need some salt and cabbage. So we're using Taiwan cabbage today. I've tried making sauerkraut with the bagged cabbage that you get, like the coleslaw mix. It doesn't work. You got to get a whole head of cabbage and you got to chop her up yourself. I don't know what it is, if they've put something on the chopped up cabbage to help it last, but it doesn't ferment. It doesn't work. So I always just buy a head of cabbage and give her a rinse and clean, and you chop her up into bite-sized pieces, and then we'll mash her up. So all it is again is cabbage and salt, and then the process. So I'm gonna finish cutting up my cabbage here, and I'll show you how we get started. Okay, so now that our cabbage is all chopped up, we're just going to take a couple handfuls, put it into a bowl. Then you're going to take your salt, and shouldn't ever use table salt as it comes in, because it's not salt. You go look at it, there's like 3 or 4 different ingredients in there. It's not good. So I use what is actually smoked sea salt, a sizzle and smoke exclusive. So take sea salt, I run her through the smoker, gets a nice little smoke flavor. Sea salt is just salt. It's good for you. Celtic salt is also good. Himalayan salt is also good. Stay away from table salt. Give yourself a few twists on there. And then they take the pebble pounder and just start working that cabbage. You just want to break down the walls of the cabbage and let that salt start to penetrate. And then once that's done, chuck in another handful, a little bit more salt, and go again. And keep going until it's all gone. Once you got all your cabbage in, smashed down, salted, let it sit for 5 minutes. So while your cabbage is sitting, you got it all pounded down. Get yourselves a couple of wide mouth mason jars, not the band from the 90s and 2000s, but some jars. I'm going to make 2 different kinds. I'm going to make just the plain, which is just cabbage and salt, traditional sauerkraut, and then I'm also going to add some hot peppers to the other jar just to give it a little kick. And that heat's okay. I know if you can't handle it, stay away. You can also use curry powder in that. You can put just about anything in there as long as it's fermentation friendly. Pepper is okay. Yeah, I wouldn't get too carried away, but experiment, play with it. It's sauerkraut. At the end of the day, cabbage is fairly cheap. You need salt and then thyme. That's it. So it doesn't cost you much. Play with different recipes. There's lots out there. So now that our cabbage is sat for 5 minutes, we're just going to start packing it in jars. And it should start breaking down. It should be fairly juicy now. Perfect. So that's a good pack jar. Now you take one of the weighted pebbles and you put it on top, and all that does is just hold the product down below the liquid line. Make sure you wipe off the rims. And then you put on the rubber ring. And so these things, rubbers are vented. That's what the little nipple on top is for. So it allows gases out, but not air in. Air going in is what's going to cause your sauerkraut to spoil. And we don't want that. So we want it to ferment. It'll bring gas out. Okay. Easy over there. And away you go. So now we're going to set that to the side. Now we're going to take our other one and we're just going to put a few peppers on the bottom. Pack her up. Okay, so that's another one full. Again, you just take your pickle weight, is what this is called. Make sure your rim is clean. Put on your, well, that's a pickle pipe. Put on your pickle pipe. And then put on your ring. Ooh, almost dropped that. And there's another one. The first one we just did, you can already see there's some liquid in there. We're rolling. So I got enough to do a third. So I'm going to go get another jar. In this kit, you have 4 pickle pipes, 4 pickle pebbles, or the weights, and 1 pickle packer. That's what that's called. And you also get a nice little cookbook that has some different ideas in it and some things you can try. It works great. So, okay, for the third batch of sauerkraut, I'm actually going to make a dill sauerkraut. So I'm just going to take some dry dill that we had, and I'm going to sprinkle it in with my sauerkraut, my cabbage mixture, maybe a little more. Give her a little mix. And pack away in the jar. Take your pickle packer, pack your pickle to the bottom of your jar. So there you go. We got 3 different types of sauerkraut. The nice part about this fermenting kit, they have different colored pipes, so you can know which one's which. This way I'll be able to tell by color anyways. But we got a nice dill. We got a little spice one with some hot pepper flakes, chili pepper flakes in it, and just regular sauerkraut. Super easy to do, super good for you. Great on hot dogs, great on its own, great however you want. Just sauerkraut. It's good gut health. So eat lots of it. Till next time, be good. See you later. After a week of sitting in the pantry, this is what the sauerkraut now looks like. You got dill in the middle, the hot with the chili peppers on the left, and the regular on the right. You can see the foam at the top. The dill's got lots of good liquid in it. And then the regular, you have some that are still a little bit white through the middle, that just, they're not quite ready yet. I'm going to leave them for another week. Let them sit. They have lots of liquid, and that's what you want. When you start seeing the liquid, that means the fermentation, the salt, and everything's reacting. So I'm going to give these another week, then they're good to go. And then once you're ready for them, you take the pickle pipe off the top, and you just put the sealer lid back on with the ring, and just in the fridge they go. And then they're good to eat on hot dogs, just as they are, whatever you want. peasy sauerkraut.